As the new year rolls into effect, a bunch of new anime will also be rolling out onto screens. Of these many series, some will be more hyped than others. This list will cover the 15 most anticipated anime of the upcoming winter 2024 season. Quickly, a couple ground rules. Firstly, this is based on the amount of MAL supporters they currently have. This will only come for new series with a new MAL entry, so not continuing series from the previous season. And finally, must be part of the TV, ONA, or OVA category. Here are some quick honorable mentions that didn't qualify for the list. Great Pretender and Urusei Yatsura are both coming back for another season. From the fall season, we see the continuation of Frieren, The Apothecary Diaries, and Undead Unluck making a return. Movie-wise, we see Haikyuu return to set up the series Last Hurrah, given as a sequel to his 2020 movie, and Dead Dead Demons DDDDD Destruction seeing an adaptation in March. Please leave a like and subscribe for more lists and videos like this. Now let's get into the main list. Kicking off the list at 15 is a new anime original by Studio Bones, Metallic Rouge. Taking place in a sci-fi world of humans and androids, an android named Rouge must team up with a human named Naomi to take down a group of artificial humans causing hostilities. The series will begin airing on January 11th, and the director of Super Crooks and Carol and Tuesday takes the helm. Our first isekai with an absurdly long title, My Instant Death ability is so overpowered, no one in this other world stands a chance against me, comes in at 14. After waking up and realizing his entire class had transported to another world, Yogiri Takato and a classmate get left behind by the rest of their classmates to face imminent death. However, able to invoke a secret ability to kill anyone with just his thoughts, Yogiri must use this power to keep himself and his companion alive. The light novel is being adapted by Okaruto Nobaru and gets released on January 5th. In at 13, we see The Witch and the Beast, based on a manga that began serialization in November 2016. The series stars Godot, a girl with fangs and eyes that resemble a beast, along with Ashath, a powerful mage that always carries a coffin on his back. The two travel to a small town in order to take down a witch, who convinces the townspeople that they are their hero. The series will premiere on January 12th and is getting animated by Yokohama Animation Lab. Arriving at number 12, we see the manga Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable getting an adaptation. Not gonna lie, moderate level shame of saying that loud, but I'll continue. I'm a professional. The series sees a student named Tsubasa move to Hokkaido in Katami City. While waiting for the bus one day out in the snow, he runs into one of the aforementioned gals, who turns his heart aflutter. The romantic comedy will begin airing on January 9th, and is being animated by both Silverlink and Blade. Our second egregiously titled isekai and the first returning series on the list, Banished from the Hero's Party, I Decide to Live a Quiet Life in the Countryside Season 2 lands at 11. After being kicked out by the hero for being too weak, adventurer Red moves to the countryside and begins to cultivate a peaceful life for himself. Studio Flood returns to anime alongside director Takatoshi Hamano, with the second season starting on January 7th. In at 10, we see the social manga series A Sign of Affection get an adaptation. The protagonist Yuki Tose is a hearing-impaired university student who lives a life surrounded by silence, choosing to mostly isolate herself except for her best friend Rin. However, after meeting Itsumoi, a mutual friend of Rin, on her commute to school, she wants to learn more about him and break out from her quiet life. Being made by Aji Odo and sharing the same director from Kikuchi Goto, the highly regarded shoujo series begins airing on January 6th. Placing at 9, 7 years after Kyoto Saga aired, Blue Exorcist finally returns with a new season covering the Shimane Illuminate saga. After learning he is the son of Satan and watching his foster father being possessed and killed by Satan, Rin and his twin Yukio began attending True Cross Academy in order to become exorcists. Production-wise, a lot has changed from the previous season, going from A1 Pictures to Studio Volan, and also had a change in director. The new arc will begin airing on January 7th. Landing in at number 8, we see Delicious in Dungeon. When a magician sinks a kingdom deep underground, the king emerges from its depths to promise his treasure to any one or group that can defeat the magician. However, so far, everyone has failed. The group followed in the story, looking to defeat both the mage and save a family member, begin committing the taboo of eating the monsters they encounter in order to traverse the dungeon as fast as they can. Delicious in Dungeon sees Studio Trigger take the helm and begins airing on January 4th. Another returning anime comes in at number 7, with the second season of bottom tier character Tomozaki. Being the best player of Ptok, an online fighting game, Fumiya Tomozaki is a reserved high school student with no friends, blaming the rules of life as being unfair. After meeting the second-rate player, Aonanami, a popular and smart girl at his school, Ao begins to help Tomozaki's people skills in order to succeed at what she proclaims is the best game, life. Project Number 9 returns to animate the second season and begins airing on January 3rd. Continuing with the high school romances, The Dangers in My Heart Season 2 comes in at number 6. Ichikawa appears a shy student, however he sees himself as a killer, with his classmate Anna Yamada being his ideal victim. However, by chance, as they meet in the library and interact more, the two begin to grow closer, and Ichikawa must change his perspective of not just Yamada, but himself. Shinee Animation returns for Season 2, and the series begins airing on January 7th. From the duo that brought you Akame ga Kill, the adaptation of Takahiro and Yohei Takamura's 2019 manga Chain Shoulder arrives at number 5. Across Japan, odd entrances known as Mato open up, releasing monsters called Shuki that threaten the safety of humans. However, a Mato fruit is found, able to give superpowers to women to fight the Shuki, letting them rise to the top of society while men fall in contrast. When high school student Yuki finds himself in the Mato and expects his untimely end, he is saved by one of these powered-up girls named Kyoka. In order to help defeat the Shuki and find his lost sister, Mato must team up with Kyoka and become her slave. 7 Arc dawns the adaptation and starts airing on January the 4th. Just missing on the podium, Mashlow's second season comes in at number 4. In a world of magic and power levels seen with physical markings, those without are ostracized and hunted down by authorities. Fortunately for Mash, he is extremely buff and able to make up for his lack of magic with the inhumane strength at his disposal. In order to gain acceptance and return to his normal, quiet life, Mash must go to magic school undercover and become a divine visionary in order to gain acceptance for who he truly is. The season begins on January 6th with A1 Pictures continuing the adaptation. Getting into the top 3, Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy ranks 3rd on the list. Due to a contract signed by his parents and a goddess some time ago, Makoto Misumi ends up in another world deemed to be its hero. However, after the goddess sees his face, he is deemed too ugly and stripped of his hero title, only being given the ability to understand all languages except the human language. After being sent to a wasteland far from human civilization, his powers begin to awaken as he begins to meet different non-humans. As he continues to build a peaceful life, he eventually hopes to meet the humans he has been barred from meeting. Season 2 sees a change in studio from C2C to JC staff, with the season beginning on January 8th. Getting to Silver is the 3rd season of Classroom with the Elite. From an outside look, Kuru Ikuse Senior High School seems like the perfect school, with each grade being given 4 classes ranked A to D, with the higher ranks getting treated better than those ranked below them. Kiyotaka Ayano Koji is in the bottom class ranked D, looking to work from the shadows in order for the class's standing to improve and eventually rise the ranks within the school. Based on the highly regarded light novel series, the 3rd season starts on January 3rd, with Felicia returning again to continue the show. Now, for the most anticipated anime of the season, we see an adaptation not based on a manga or a light novel, but one of the most popular and highly regarded manhwas as Solo Leveling finally gets its adaptation. One day, the Gate appears, bridging together both the real world and one with magic and monsters. In order to fight back, select people are given superhuman powers and become known as hunters. Sung Jin-woo is one of these hunters. However, he is deemed as the world's weakest due to his power compared to those around him, only able to take on the weakest of monsters to gain enough money to care for his sick mother. After waking from a mission that goes wrong, Jin-woo is given the opportunity to complete a nearly impossible series of tasks. If he chooses to complete the program, he has the opportunity to become one of the strongest hunters in the world. The Korean series will be animated by A1 Pictures, and the first episode airs on January the 7th. Those were the 15 most anticipated anime for the winter 2024 season. Please leave a comment what you're most looking forward to, whether it was covered on this list or not. If you want to see every anime being released this season, the Mal Guide will be in the description below. With all that said, thanks for watching, and Ptok out.